I have not met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. Call me maybe.
Found myself in a position where I needed to A, react, and B, I needed to test certain waters. I haven't gone off my cake, you're all right. I needed to react, and I needed to react to Change Checker. And that was purely and simply, this is not about going to war with them as such, although it is in a way, but it's only because it's a war that I feel like I've been forced into and I want no part of. What happened was, Change Checker staff decided that they would not allow anybody to post our links on their social media. That might not sound like a big deal to a lot of people. It's a big deal because they allow the links being posted of anybody else.
I have not met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. Call me maybe.
I went back to Ian Glen and said, no. This is not right. Me and you are in the middle of negotiations. We're supposed to be in the middle of negotiations. I gave you my word that I wouldn't knock you, and I would just do it on a friendly rivalry basis for the time being until such time as we've sorted out. That was our agreement, and I needed to say to Ian Glen, you've got to get these people to stop doing what they're doing whilst we're negotiating. Now, Ian Glen then came back to me and said, well, he said, I can't. I've got no control over them. And that made me annoyed because it's like, well, maybe I'm talking to the wrong person then. Because if you've got no control over them, I need to be talking to the person that's got control over them. That's who I need to be negotiating with. Ian Glen and Change Checker, they owe us, actually owe us financially, and he knows it. Ian Glen also mentioned to me that, you know, that they didn't know whether to sue us or meet us the first time.
I have not met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. Call me, mate. His choice is to sit round the table and talk to us. And that's what I've been trying to do. We got Ian Glen round the table, and now he's gone away from the table. The Royal Mint won't come to the table. Let them have a go at suing us if they want. But now for them to do that, they need a cast iron solid reason to do that. The only reason they've got to sue us is slander, defamation of character, which I have not held back on. I have done it in such a way that I've dared them to sue me. You know, you ain't going to sue me? Okay, I'll say worse. I'll say even worse. I'll talk about the cartel and the monopoly and all the rest of it. I'll make you want to sue me. I'll talk about the cartel and the monopoly and all the rest of it. I'll make you want to sue me. I'll talk about the cartel and the monopoly and all the rest of it. I'll make you want to sue me. I'll talk about the cartel and the monopoly and all the rest of it. I'll make you want to sue me. I have not met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. Call me maybe.
I know one thing about the suing world. I know this, and you might get this too. The moment you want to sue somebody for what they've said on video, your solicitor is going to say to you, we're going to need to watch every minute of every hour of every video he's done. I'll talk about the cartel and the monopoly and all the rest of it. I'll make you want to sue me. I'll say even worse. I'll talk about the cartel and the monopoly and all the rest of it. I'll make that, and knowing that in advance and knowing that all at the same time, this is what came about with the weekend. So it's like, okay, not only am I going to punch you, I'm going to punch you back. I'm going to punch you back for as long as I can stand up. It was about 36 hours. I'm going to punch you non-stop. And then I decided, once I finish punching for those 36 hours, I'll get a couple of days rest, and then I'm going to punch you every day, 12 till 5. And they don't know at what point I'm saying anything about them. They don't know when I'm going to say anything about them. All they know is I'm going to talk about them at some point every single day during one of those live videos.
I have not met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. Call me, mate. I'll talk about the cartel and the monopoly and all the rest of it. I'll make you want to sue me. What does this mean? Let's look at this in the real terms. Let's look at this in the monetary terms. They're not going to be paying any less than £200 an hour for a solicitor to review the footage. And if I make sure there's 1,000 hours worth of footage, it's going to cost them it's going to cost them somewhere in the region of 1,000 times 200 is what? £200,000. So it will cost them that just to review the videos. The only way to get through to these people is to hit them in the pocket. You can hit them with the lies and the fibbers and the dirty tricks and all the rest of it, but the only way you can really do any damage is to hit them in the pocket. So that's what I'm doing. I'm hitting them in the pocket whilst I'm also continuing with my own business. Now, I have to be very careful of how much time I spend doing that, because I need to concentrate on my business. I've got to make you money. I've also got to make sure I don't lose you money, and they can make us lose money. I don't like that, because then that puts me in a predicament with you. Not having that. I didn't want any of this crap. I just wanted to move up from the pond that we were in to a bigger pond where we could start selling all the packaged coins and everything else. Coast Guard. So that's what I wanted to do without any hassles, and all we've had is hassle from the beginning. I don't like that, because hassle costs money, and it's hard enough to compete with them on the prices without being cost thousands and thousands of pounds. And we have been cost thousands of pounds. Loss of business, all the rest of it. You're into, silly figures is what we've lost in income over the last couple of years because of this silly messing about with the mint. I'll talk about the cartel and the monopoly and all the rest of it. I'll make you want to sue me. I have not met you. This is crazy. Here's my number. Call me, mate. So the whole idea was to get Mr. McDade to call me, because it's silly that this goes on and on and on and on. And if he should happen to be watching this, you got my number. So call me maybe.